Hi, this is my second attempt to keep up a vlog of being a middle-aged YouTube sensation. Thank you so much for watching my first vlog. I don't have anything for you to subscribe to because, of course, I just got this book from my mother in San Francisco where I was taking care of her. Look at me fussing because I can kind of see myself in the camera, okay? It's a little distracting. Anyway, what I want to talk about today, and I know it's not a weekday, so most people aren't looking at their Facebook, so, do the best I can. I have all these things. I want to talk about my hair. I want to talk about single dating in middle age. I want to talk about, everybody says, oh, the grass is always green or blah, blah, blah. I got a lot to talk about on that score. How to keep the peacock going, if you will, how to keep the middle-aged peacock going so you can attract the other peacock. And then once he falls in love with you and gets used to your cats, then, you can go around without makeup and a ponytail and sweatpants and he'll still love you because he fell in love with you as a person, but first sort of attracting him with the mascara and all that. Anyway, but before all of that, the hair, the do-it-yourself Christmas projects, the fantastic fashion advice and middle aging. I just got to keep talking about this Weinsteining thing because this is a huge, 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 huge thing in American feminism. It's massive. It's people being held accountable, important men being held accountable for things that women my age have been through thousands of times, if not more than that, from the time I've been in high school, college, work environment. I mean, it just kept getting worse until, of course, as I mentioned last time, I got to menopause, in which case then it started backsliding. And then, of course, I wasn't getting hired. I wasn't getting treated right, not because they wanted to sleep with me, but because they didn't want to sleep with me. So we'll talk about this another subject. Anyway, today is about keep coming out. Keep coming out en masse. This is your time, women, to tell your stories, to be brave with thousands of other women, and, the media and every broadcast. Today was, George Takei, very painful, Louis C.K., painful. These are beloved, people in Hollywood, but, they did something that harmed women for the rest of their lives, okay? And I'm glad they're owning up to it or whatever they're doing. And Richard Dreyfus in the 80s, oh my gosh, it's not my story to tell. But when I was in college in the 80s, he was doing a play very nearby the school that I went to, and a friend of mine came back for a drink, and she said, guess who just stuck his tongue down my throat and tried to swallow my face? Now, of course, as 20-year-olds, we're thinking this is kind of a funny story because we've already been exposed to teachers kind of making the moves on us. And one of my teachers, who I didn't particularly like, called me the C word and was not in any way reprimanded. And apparently that was his MO. And they kept him at the school for years and years and years. So anyway, I have a story. It's not mine to tell. I hope my friend tells it, of having her face involuntarily sucked off, slobbered on by Richard Dreyfus. Once again, at the time, it was a funny story. It wasn't necessarily sexual story. She was fine, but, probably he did that to a lot of people. So come on out, people. This is our time. If men are afraid, there's this whole talk of this witch hunt against men. They're afraid to give a woman a compliment. And it's like, no, I can't sue any of the men who have dominated my workplace, who have, jumped over jobs in writing or acting because they were men, or any job, real estate, please. I was sexually harassed all the time. I was sexually assaulted. I don't know who did it, or I'd probably tell on them right now. This, once again, I'm sorry. Cat, be quiet. I told you I'd make you laugh one time for video. That's my cat. She wants to be on the tube. I'm sorry. It's not the middle-aged cat YouTube channel. This is, well, it will be soon. But right now, take your moment, ladies. Take your moment, men. If people are afraid to sexually harass, sexually dominate, sexually assault, sexually anything, okay, that's inappropriate, it's going to stop happening. Now, a friend of mine, Jill Dodd, who's a recently published author, had a Facebook thing where she said, what about regular companies where there aren't big movie stars and big headlines? How do those women start speaking out? Well, I say just do it right now while everything's happening. You know, let's make this commonplace. Okay, gone a little long, a little preachy. My friend said to be careful about that. That's my other cat. So lots of fun stuff I'm going to be talking about besides Weinsteining, but right now it's just so important, everybody, okay? Besides the fact that this whole, people saying it's a witch hunt, we're going after famous people, you know what? Somebody brought it to my attention. I was so excited to be mad about the word witch hunt that I forgot that they only did witch hunts of women who were not really witches, and they burned them, okay? So we're not going to burn these men. We're just going to hold them accountable, maybe prosecute them, maybe put them in jail, charge them lots of money, and hope that no other men ever do this again. So anyway, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.